Let's give a warm Harrisburg, Pennsylvania welcome to the 45th President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to weave out the lies so we can get to the facts. So, former President Donald Trump held a town hall event in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania on Wednesday, moderated by Fox News host Sean Hannity. Trump entered the town hall event to raucous applause from those in attendance. Kamala Harris was outed for bussing in her supporters to stage a crowd when Donald Trump, on the other hand, this is just a normal occasion for him. We know the fake news won't report this. And this is why the debate won't have a live audience. The former president spoke about various issues facing the U.S., including the tragic shooting that took place at a high school in Georgia on Wednesday. When addressing the southern border crisis, Trump blamed Vice President Kamala Harris, saying the vice president has presided over the worst border in the history of the world. I'm pretty sure the Americans with their eyes open can no doubt see the repercussions of this open border policy she has been so willingly behind under the Biden administration. Trump addressed Harris's flip-flop on the issue. Years ago, the vice president denounced Trump for constructing a wall along the southern border.
This is a crisis of his own making. And by definition, just plain speak, basic English language definition, it is not an emergency. What's going to end up happening is that he will end up, without any question, if he proceeds, we're going to be looking at a situation where, in particular, homeowners and landowners in places like New Mexico and Texas are probably going to look at government taking their land. We're looking at military resources being focused, again, on the president's vanity project instead of focused on real national security issues.
Now, of course, with that insane ideology came this scenario as a consequence. And here we are on the brink of another election, and Kamala Flippity-Floppity Harris recently indicated that she would sign a bipartisan bill to finish construction of the border wall, as reported by the Wall Street Journal. Once again addressing Harris's flip-flops, Trump pointed out that the vice president has always vehemently opposed fracking. In past weeks, Harris has portrayed herself as a pro-fracking politician. During her 2019 presidential campaign, Harris said she wanted to institute a complete ban on fracking. Oh, don't just take it from me. You can literally hear it from the horse's mouth itself. Take a look.
There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So, yeah, and starting with what we can do on day one around public lands, right? And then there has to be legislation. But yes, and this is something I've taken on in California. I have a history of working on this issue. And to your point, we have to just acknowledge that the residual impact of fracking is enormous in terms of the impact on the health and safety of communities. Yeah, so thank you.
This woman literally flops more than a pair of sandals, and that's probably why personally I've never had anyone give me an actual reason why they would vote for her. They themselves don't even know. And just to take a little jab at Kamala, Sean Hannity stood up mid-interview with Donald Trump at the 16:30 mark just to mock how long Kamala Harris's disastrous interview with CNN was.
Not allow fracking. She's not going to, and she's got a lot of other problems too. But for your particular, for the Commonwealth, you have no choice
if I may,
but to allow it.
16 minutes and 30 seconds are up. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much.
The president has spoken for a total of 16 minutes and 30 seconds.
I'll say something else.
Real quick, because we got a break.
If you watch that interview, she had notes. That means she knew the questions, and she had notes. She kept looking down, up. Nobody wants to cover it. I know all about notes. I mean, it's all right if people know that, but she wasn't supposed to have notes. So she's asked a question. She looks down. She had notes. That means she knew that she knew what was happening.
Did her campaign, when they said that they wanted to change the rules that they had agreed to, Did they ask for notes? Did they ask for the debate?
They wanted notes.
They wanted to be seated, and they wanted your mic hot.
And they wanted a desk. They didn't want to do. I said, you got to do a stand-up.
After they already agreed to the other.
Yeah, but they wanted a desk from the beginning. You know who else wanted a desk? Sleepy Joe. He wanted a desk.
All right, we got to take a break. More with President Trump. We are in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I don't think anyone wants to hear Kamala talk for too long, but her handlers definitely are continuing to give her only a limited amount of time to flip-flop like an overused pair of chanclas policy after policy. Anyway, toward the end of the town hall event, Trump said he was honored to be endorsed by the family of Harris's running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. He even used their own fresh new propaganda word weird against him.
There's something weird with that guy. He's a weird guy. JD is not weird. He's a solid rock. I happen to be a very solid rock. We're not weird. We're other things, perhaps, but we're not weird. But he is a weird guy. He walks on the stage. There's something wrong with that guy. And he called me weird. And then the fake news media picks it up. That was the word of the day. Weird, weird, weird. They're all going. But we're not weird guys. We're very solid people that want our country to be great again. I mean, it's very simple.
There may not even be a better way to describe this guy at this point other than weird. He did. Just in case you were living under a rock, place tampons in the boys' bathroom. Can it get any weirder? I'm sure it can. We're only 2 months away from the most important election of our lifetime. The town hall comes just 6 days before Trump and Harris are set to face off in their first presidential debate hosted by ABC News. I'll leave you on this note, because you simply can't disagree with the message here. These corrupt politicians are literally like mosquitoes, sucking the blood from America's citizens, the nation as a whole, its resources, its economy. And I second Donald Trump's sentiment here when I say we don't like mosquitoes.
He was down like 18 or 19 points after the debate. And I hate mosquitoes. I'm surprised. I didn't think we had. We don't like those mosquitoes running around. We want nothing to do with them. And we want nothing to do with bad politicians that hate our country, too. You want to know the truth.